Hello everyone. Before diving into today's topic, we want to take a moment to thank you for your support. Every like, comment, and subscription truly makes a difference and helps this channel grow. If you enjoy our content and don't want to miss future videos, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all notifications. Imagine a simple experiment, almost naive in its structure, but capable of shaking the very foundations of our understanding of the world. A light source, a barrier with two thin parallel slits, and a screen to observe the result. 3 elements. Nothing technologically advanced, nothing that requires a large scientific infrastructure. And yet, this simple setup, known as the double-slit experiment, is perhaps one of the most profound and mysterious ever conceived in the history of science. It is an experiment that, with disarming elegance, forces us to reconsider everything we believe we know about what is real, how time works, what it means to observe, and what our role in the universe is. The story begins in the early 19th century, when the English physicist Thomas Young wanted to resolve one of the great scientific disputes of the time: the nature of light. Newton considered it made of corpuscles, small particles projected in a straight line. Others, like Huygens, argued instead that it was a wave phenomenon. Young designed an experiment to test these theories. If light were a wave, passing through two nearby slits, it should create an interference pattern on the screen, like water waves overlapping and canceling or reinforcing each other. And that is exactly what happened. The light produced a series of bright and dark fringes, a clear and unmistakable signature of wave behavior. Light, therefore, seemed to be a wave. Case closed? Not quite. Because with the advent of the 20th century, and Einstein's studies on the photoelectric effect, light once again revealed its particle side. Photons, the quanta of light, seemed to behave like particles in certain experiments, while in others they showed typical wave behavior. Light, it seems, is neither only a wave nor only a particle. It is both things, depending on how we decide to observe it. But the real surprise came when the experiment was performed not with light beams, but with individual particles. Electrons, atoms, even complex molecules. And even in these cases, when one particle at a time was launched toward the two slits, over time the same interference pattern appeared on the screen. Each individual particle seemed to pass through both slits simultaneously, like a wave, and interfere with itself. It's as if a cannonball fired at a wall with two holes somehow decided to split in half, go through both, and then recombine. A completely absurd behavior for the macroscopic world we know. But the mystery doesn't end there. Physicists wanted to understand more. They wanted to know exactly which of the two slits the particle passed through. So they installed detectors near the slits to observe the passage. And that's when something profoundly unsettling happened. The interference pattern disappeared. The particles, under observation, behaved as one would expect from classical objects. They passed through only one slit or the other and created two simple bright spots. No interference, no mystery. The mere act of observing had altered the behavior of the particles. As if the particle knew it was being observed. As if the possibility of knowing its path forced it to choose a classical behavior. But there's nothing magical or conscious about this. In quantum physics, observation does not necessarily imply a human mind watching. Any interaction with a system that could, even in theory, record information is enough. A measurement, in quantum terms, is an event that breaks the delicacy of the superposition of states. Until that moment, the particle has no defined position. It is in a state of superposition, a mathematical combination of all possibilities. But when a measurement is made, this state collapses into one of the concrete possibilities. Before the measurement, reality is a set of probabilities. After the measurement, it is a concrete fact. This leads us to one of the deepest implications of quantum mechanics. Reality, at least on a microscopic scale, is not determined until the moment of observation. It's not that we don't know the particle's position before the measurement. It's that the particle doesn't have a well-defined position at all until that moment. But what makes all this even more fascinating, and in some ways unsettling, is the fact that present observation seems to determine even the past. In some variations of the experiment, such as the delayed choice version devised by John Wheeler, The decision to measure wave or particle behavior is made after the particle has already passed through the slits. And yet, the result still changes. It's as if the particle knew in advance what our choice would be, or as if the future could rewrite the past. Here classical logic crumbles. Our intuitions about time, causality, the linear unfolding of events are called into question. Does the present influence the past? Or perhaps time, as we perceive it, is just an emergent illusion from a deeper and non-intuitive reality? Some scientists and philosophers of science have proposed that all this can be explained by the many worlds hypothesis. Every possible outcome really happens, but in separate universes that diverge from one another every time a quantum measurement is made. In one, the particle goes through the left slit. In another, the right. In a third, it interferes with itself. We perceive only one of these universes, but all exist, like different pages of an infinite book being written as it's being read. In this scenario, the observer does not collapse possibilities into a single reality. They simply split with them, exploring one branch of the quantum tree. But other researchers remain cautious. Some propose that the key lies in information. It's not the observation itself that changes reality, but the possibility of acquiring information. If no information about the path can be obtained, then interference is possible. If, instead, the information is even just potentially accessible, interference disappears. This would lead to a view of the universe as a vast web of correlations, where what matters are not the things in themselves, but the relationships between them. A relational universe, more like a network than a collection of objects. So then, what is reality? A construct of our mind? An emergent phenomenon? A stream of probabilities waiting to become facts? The simple double-slit experiment, with its apparent simplicity, shows us that the quantum world is not just strange, it is profoundly different from everything we experience in everyday life. It doesn't just tell us that particles behave in unexpected ways. It tells us that the fundamental laws governing the microscopic world seem to be intrinsically tied to how we observe them. That perhaps, ultimately, there is no out there completely independent from our in here. And if that is true, if every atom in our body, every photon hitting our eyes, every electron in the circuits of our thoughts follows these rules, then perhaps consciousness itself is an integral part of this strange quantum game. Perhaps, when we look through the two slits, we are observing not just a particle of light, but also a hidden part of ourselves. And in that mysterious dance between possibility and reality, between observer and observed, between wave and particle, we are touching the deepest essence of the universe.